Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the harmonious frequencies of the mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Factorio. Well, we've got our simple science going right now. It's really cramped, a little crummy. I'm definitely going to have to change it here pretty soon. But this is where we are at the moment. We're pretty backed up with iron. It's occurred to me also that I could turn some of these around and have a second iron processing area over here to do other things with. And so that's definitely among the realm of possibilities of things that I might get into sometime in the future. Same thing with the copper. Just run it around up and over or something like that. Lots of cliffs on this map, so we may have to get into explosives to break those down or whatever, but that's way ahead of our current time. These guys are pretty close. I think they've been there this whole time. And then these guys, well, if they're inside the view, they've got to be pretty close. I'm worried about these guys attacking our power, though. So we may have to look into building some turrets for them. What kind of materials do I have? I'm a little low on copper. And I can always do with more iron. Okay, so here we are. We can make 14 gun turrets. We can only make the regular firearm magazines for right now. Which is okay, but it's not exactly what I want. Let's make one of the submachine guns so that we can get that out of the way. And we'll have it ready. I expect to expand our power production eventually. I'm not sure to where or how. Ideally, one pump would come off like here, and then we could have another setup similar to this. But I can never remember how many boilers that one pump can run. It's some really ridiculous amount, like 20 of them or something, I thought. So we may not even need another pump to power more of this stuff. I really am not sure. Alright, let's just switch this over to there. And I may just throw this pistol into a box somewhere. We'll find out another time. But so far, for power, we're doing okay. We're probably going to have to beef it up pretty soon, though. And it might not be a bad idea just to do that, to get it over with. We'll see. But for right now, what else are we thinking about? Okay, so the steel pick is what we are researching currently. It looks like, did we already research the power? No, it doesn't appear so. So what are we waiting for on that then? Because I thought it was right after the steel research. Oh, okay. So it wants us to research the logistic science pack first. That's perfectly fine. What do those require to build? I'd like to know. I guess I have to ask this. No, this won't even tell me. Alright then. I guess we'll have to research it before we know how to make it. That's fair enough. But the steel axe is going right now. I guess we could expand how many labs we have to improve our research speed. And we're really, I mean, that's what we're waiting on right now to get done. Okay, those still have plenty of resources underneath them. And all of these have plenty of resources as well. Everything's backing up really well. Okay, so I just have to wait until we get something else researched before we can really build very much more. Okay, so while we're waiting for research to come up, let's go ahead and expand the power production, just because we can. So we'll shove that guy in there. We'll do one space here and put him. The steam engines will go in between, just exactly as they do. And then we'll bring up a small power line, which will attach all of them to the existing power. We've already got this set up to go up, so we'll just bring it up to there, should be fine. Then two regular inserters. Can't forget to connect them up between Then we've got this here, and this guy here will be fine. We have to power those up as well. I don't guess it matters where that goes. Right, so now we've doubled our power, and our, yeah, production is fantastic. Wonderful. Alright, we've got it researched. I've got ahead and built a few more labs here. Don't worry, I'll move them eventually. Let's get a couple more inserters. And then we'll go with the green research here. Start research. There we go. Okay, and I know it's ugly, right? I've said it 100 times since I started playing today. But we will fix it up a little bit and make it a little bit nicer. It's going to be okay. Now we're not producing enough science for all of these guys to get what they need to research. So we are going to end up having to expand this. I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking these away. We'll straighten out this copper so that it runs kind of straight out. And then this iron up here, we can either leave it up here or have it loop around. But eventually we're going to need to have assembler units in between these places, I imagine. Maybe we'll leave the copper the way that it is, because this can feed out onto this belt and it can go around. But I want to have a similar setup to what I did in the last playthrough of having several labs together, grabbing science packs off of 2 belts at least. I'm not sure exactly how I want it to go, but right now that's what I'm thinking about. Okay, now is the time. There's 4 gear wheels in here or whatever. That's fine. That guy is sciencing up. And this guy's building another science. I'll take that. Thanks. You can come with me. We'll take all of these. Okay, now I could have left. I could have left one. Because I still think that the gear wheels can be produced here. No problem. Let's produce them here so that we can output on the other side of the copper. So we'll output long-handed onto another belt, and we'll input from here is the furthest that power line covers. So you are going to be making gear wheels, just so you know. So they're going to be output here. We're just going to continue on the copper line out this direction for a ways, okay? And so that's going to be working there. Then we're going to need gear wheels out along here as well. And I'm going to want at least 2 assemblers. See, this would be fine for a start. And then this is fine here. Only we will need a power pole to connect these up. Which, that's okay as well. You know what though? I'm going to move it over. Alright, so we're going to insert these. And these. Then these are going to be making the red. Okay, so we've got at least 2 of them working. I guess having them on this end of the line would be more ideal so that we don't run out of these. But you know what? I think I'm just going to throw in 1 more, as a matter of fact, so that we have 3 of them working. We'll see if the gear wheels can keep up with them. And if not, then we'll change things. Yeah, more science. Then, what I think I'm going to do is we'll have it coming out 1 and then a belt. We'll have it coming in kind of in the middle of these, okay? We'll need inserter, belt, inserter. I'm sure I'm going to have to arrange these a little differently in order to get the power in here and stuff. Yeah, this covers this much of it. Okay, now we've got it. This one will output right here. We'll come over and then down, yeah, down the middle here. We'll go 1 more, why not? And then we will make sure that these are all inserting in here. Sorry, yeah. This way. Man, I would kind of prefer for them not to be competing, which is perfectly simple. Just like this. Yeah. I don't think it matters, if I'm totally honest, but in my mind, I just don't like competition, honestly. Okay. We'll put that there. We will output here, here, and here. So now we ought to be able to feed all 6 of these guys, no problem. And you may be able to see where I'm going with this. So my concept, we'll have to bring these all down, I imagine. But my concept is to eventually have the red and greens being fed through the middle. Then we will be able to feed them in via 2 belts on the outside. One will be the military and blue research. The next one will be the yellow and purple, right? So eventually we'll have it all. I really want this, but we don't have the greens set up yet. I guess walls lead to a lot of exciting things, including military research. So optics lead to solar energy and stuff like that. So we'll get into the walls first, and then we'll get into the rest later. But now we can set up an assembly line for logistic science packs. That requires transport belts and inserters. Inserters, I believe, require electric circuits, which require gear wheels, iron plates. I thought they required copper, too. Oh, I'm looking at the inserter, sorry. Iron plates and copper cables, I see. So this is where it's going to start getting really ugly, I assume. We'll cut those down. Wow, that was fast. Okay. Now that we have 6 science... Yeah, 6 labs working together. It's going quite quickly. It looks like, well, these top 3 are kind of hogging them all. There we go. We got 1 passed down to the lower level. Because these were all backed up. That's why they were spitting them out so fast. Now that they aren't backed up, we may need to add another one. It seems like the gear wheels are keeping up easily. Now we're up to 5 active. I feel like we can keep this consistent with at least 3 going at a time. Okay, we're running out of space though. We're going to need the logistic research ASAP. Alright, transport belts are just iron and gears. And then the circuits require the cables and iron. Okay, heavy armor is finished again. Weapon shooting speed then. Yeah, we're going to be out of research before we get these logistic science packs ready. Okay, so the only thing that requires copper up here is the circuits, right? Now let's test out and see if one assembler can supply enough copper cables to create all of the circuits that we need. I'm going to need this to be inside here. Here is okay too. Okay, so we're going to input copper into here. Man, I wish it would just let me click on it with something in my hand. It's not that big of a deal. You'll create copper cables. You're going to output them down here. Let's think about this first. So they're going to be output here. I don't want to have to take them very far. And then, yeah, in fact, we could get rid of that. So then they're going to be input here. And we're going to need iron from there. Dang it. You are going to be making electronic circuits, sir. Okay. So does this long-handed inserter stop before this one does? Not really. But now that it's backed up right here, it doesn't matter. Alright, so they're making electronic circuits. These require plates, gears, and circuits. These just require plates and gears. So we're going to need gears for sure. Alright, so this guy here is going to be making gears. Okay, these gears are going to be offloaded right here. And then I think these are going to be offloaded with the long-handed inserter here. So they have no power. Man, I wish I had my my electricity research done already. This is going to get real sloppy real quick. Yeah, that'll be alright. Okay, so we're outputting. And then this guy here could make either one. I think this guy here is going to be the inserters. So we're going to need to input plates. We're going to need to input gears. And then we're also going to need to input... Yeah, we'll have that out to here. We're also going to need to input the other things. Circuits here. Okay, perfect. And then this guy here is going to be making the transport belts. And so he's going to need... Oh, I built that belt the wrong way. He's going to need this. How did I turn this around? Okay, I'm getting there. I'm just not quite there yet. I didn't think about this needing to output yet, which is a huge problem. Yeah, we're going to need some underground belts then. And this guy will output... Oh, of course I need one space right here. Ugh, I hate the electric coverage of these tiny little things. It's okay, I'm not mad. You go there, we'll have one of these hilariously in between here. I'm laughing so hard. And then this is going to go underneath this track. Okay, we'll have the next machine right here. And this one is going to be for the belts. There we go. Okay, so it's getting part of what it needs. Then we'll have to output here. It stores them up here, and then I forget that they're there, and I click the production button instead of what I actually need to click. Alright, so those are in. We'll put them down here so that I can see them. Hello? Then we'll need more electricity for this thing. I'll have these output right here. Okay, I had that one backwards. Okay, this belt is going to run through like this and down. Then we'll have these three guys like this, because I know that we're going to need power in between them. Okay, and then insert... Oh, really? Okay, we have enough now. And I can tell you right now that we're going to have to move all of the labs and stuff way down. But at the moment, this is going to be fine the way it is. You know, I might as well just go ahead and move them, I guess. Okay, but the way that this is going to work is that we'll have this here. No, this will be fine. Since I'm moving them down anyway. Oh, come on. We'll just come around this direction. Not yet. And then drop them onto here. Okay. We want these to come all the way down to here. Be all set. And then you're going to make green. You're going to make green. And you're going to make green. Perfect. Okay, now let's get these labs back out. and set up. Perfect. Okay, start new project. Let's start out with the weapon shooting speed and stuff. We'll eat up these reds as much as we can. Hello? I always forget to click on the start research button. It used to be over here, and it confuses me. I don't mind that it's over here. It's a lot more compact and stuff. It'll just take me a little bit of time to get used to it. So yeah, we'll eat up the reds while the greens build up, and then once the greens are here, we shouldn't have any problem with the research and stuff. So we've got 3 and 3, we've got 6 labs, and I mean, yeah, the reds are keeping up no problem, right? They're not diminishing. They were building up while we were researching earlier. I'm a little worried about the greens. We may have to expand the production a little bit, but I feel like this is probably going to be able to keep up with everything. You may be worried about my copper being stuck right here, but it's perfectly fine. I mean, if nothing else, I can go underground. I can extend it as far as here, go underground underneath these belts and use it somewhere else. Or I can just, like, cut these in half, turn it around, and have the belt come down this way instead. I also mentioned before that I could have miners and stuff coming off this side. I could also extend this belt, have more furnaces, and then have another belt running down. So it's no worries about the way that the copper is right now, not in my mind anyway. So hopefully y'all aren't too worried about it. In fact, I'm going to steal some of this copper right now, because it's not all being used yet. Alright, so I've got my dump chest over here. I'm going to throw these burner things in there. I'm going to throw my pistol in there. I won't probably need that. That should be fine for now. Eventually, I know I'm going to pile a whole bunch of these small electricity poles in there too. And then I wanted to take lamps. We'll have these for number 1. These should be moved over here instead. There we go. So now we're a little more organized. But yeah, I definitely want to put up some lights around the base here. Light things up a little bit. You would think that these furnaces would be so bright. You wouldn't need lights, but certainly do. Okay, everything is ticking by as expected, it seems. Let's make a whole load of those more, because I know I'm going to need them. I may have to drop these all over just a little bit so I can put another one of these reds in there. Right now we're keeping up just fine. I'm thinking about even adding 2 more labs, which we may go ahead and do. Alright, we've got them, and being the smart boy that I am, we're going to put them up here instead of down here, so I don't have to add more power poles. This will be perfectly fine, and we can go ahead, I guess, and load them up with goodies here. Oh, I didn't want them to be straight across from each other. Like I say, I don't think it matters, but I feel like this is going to help them be more efficient, and I'm not sure why. Okay, so with all this done, now how are we looking for power? Still fantastic. That's great news, and I'm not too worried now. I'm trying to think of what we might need to automate. I guess I do need to set up defenses and stuff around some things. I'm just not sure how far out to build. Also, you know what we need to do is start setting up the stone mining and stone block production, because we're going to need some of those relatively soon. I think we can keep that contained over in this area. I don't have any electric miners on me already, so let's get those going. Looks like we're out of iron plates. I know exactly where to get them. Okay, I wouldn't mind stealing some of the rocks out from underneath the belt there for the copper. This is probably too many miners for rocks, but it'll be okay. We got our weapon shooting speed up, so let's just go in order. Once I get these reds researched, I'll go straight for the electric energy distribution, and then I'll do a whole revamping of our electrical situation right now and clean that up quite a lot. But for right now, let's just make it as simple as possible. Alright, these can go, and then this can run. Wonderful. Alright, so now we've got the raw rock being stored right away, and then we have it cooking up over here on the end. If I ever need to expand the copper, I'll just move this. It's no big deal. Really simple. I could even... I just put it here so that I could get the coal. Eventually, when we have an electric smelter, I'll just take this out entirely and end up having all these rocks like put over onto this side or something and smelt it up. And eventually, when we need walls and stuff to craft the one other science pack that requires walls, we'll have them there available. So it looks like the greens are backed up almost all the way. This guy on the end is the only one producing now, so that's fine. Let's go defend our... Hang on. Do I have what I need? I can make 5 of these, and then 50 of these. Okay. We're out of iron already. Okay, we've run out of iron on the these coal pieces, so that's perfectly fine. The coal-driven things, whatever they were called. Furnaces? Not furnaces. Drillers? Miners? So that'll work for now. I guess I should be making sure that we have excess stored. Both this and copper. Alright, we got it done. And we are getting things stored as well. Yeah, all the iron right here. All the copper right there. And we'll go get some more... or we'll go get our defenses set up. So we'll start with the electric. Okay, so we'll drop about half of our ammo in each one. Which isn't much, but that ought to keep us protected from this lower swarm down here, at least for a while. Once we expand out the power too, we'll be needing it even more. But hopefully, eventually, we can upgrade to better materials. I think we need to build something to get started on the production of steel. So we'll get those going. I need one iron chest. See how we're doing here. We'll immediately take everything that it's stored so far. Oh, I forgot about the two... I picked up 2 furnaces a minute ago. It's okay. We'll drop these 2 down here. Man, that means I'm going to have 2 extra spare furnaces that aren't going to be good for anything later on. Yeah, we'll load them up with coal. We'll load them up with iron plates. And then we will unload steel. And no matter how I do it, I'm going to have to put down another power pole. So we'll just do like this for now. Until I can revamp the electric distribution. And 2 of these, that's not very fast production of steel. But we don't have any use for steel immediately. We will once we get this up. And like I could already have built the steel pick, or can I not anymore? It just automatically exists on me. Pretty sure that's the case. Okay. Well, that's fine. I think that's all the time that I have to record for today, sadly. So that's where I'm going to have to leave it. We did get something done, though. These logistics science packs are done. We're getting research accomplished, which is pretty great. Next time we'll be working on redistributing the electricity across better poles and stuff like that. And we will continue researching. And everything's going to be hunky-dory, I assume. I suppose. I hope. You know, that's the dream. Whenever anybody plays this game, I feel. But okay, that's going to do it for this episode. If you want to catch another one, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description. And feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you so much for all the time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.